Mara, an N3 resident nerd. I'm filling in for Una today, and I am a Denver Public School student.
Hello, I'm Bridget from Parallel Universe number 37. I'm filling in for Bridget today. I am a host and Denver Public Schools student.
Welcome to Nerd Necessities Network, the show broadcast from the Fortress of Nerditude.
And in glorious, nerd person point of view.
And what my good friend, Bridget, is nerd person point of view going to show us today?
The usual. We'll tell you about super cool stories and local happenings, but then we'll sojourn into a magical place called Silicon Funland.
What exactly are you talking about?
We'll have a dragon duel, a designer discourse, and divulge some diversion tactics.
Okay, still a mystery.
Maybe the answers will unfold during the show, so let's head into the news. People in the production booth, play the vid, please.
Recently, a Redditor detailed how he spent 3 agonizing weeks building a life-size Stargate for a friend's wedding. They first met working at the same lumber hardware store and connected because of mutual love for Stargate. My friend and his fiancée were watching the episode where Jack and Sam get married in front of the gate, and she said that would be pretty awesome. So 6 years later, he remembered that and I did it. Thankfully, it turned out amazing. And it was, needless to say, wishes, well, instead he could go back in time and he wishes he could go back in time and take back the offer.
Hugh Jackman recently took to Twitter and Instagram to ask fans what they would like to see in the upcoming and final Wolverine movie. 13,000 comments and 10,000 retweets later, he got some pretty interesting feedback. Fight the Hulk, team up with Marvel, make it a musical, and dang, bring back Sabretooth. But let's be real. Hugh, your audience just wants to see more scenes of you with your shirt off.
On the heels of another teaser for the upcoming Star Wars flick, The Force Awakens, there is more great news for Star Wars fans. Marvel announced that Chewbacca would be getting his very own comic book series. It will be titled Chewbacca #1 and is set to release sometime in October of 2015. Thank goodness, I can't wait to read intensive dialogue between him and his Wookiee buddies.
There have been plenty of Starfleet captains on television in the big screen. Picard's the best.
Kirk!
Picard!
Kirk!
Picard!
Janeway!
Moving on, it's been 21 years since Stewart, one of the most iconic of those starship captains, last appeared on television, and 13 years since we saw him on the big screen. Now Stewart opens the door on a chance that we may see him again. That is, if the stars align just the way we want them to. In a recent interview with IGN regarding his new series, Blunt Talk, Patrick Stewart was asked if he would ever be up for taking on the role of Captain Picard once again. It's possible. I think it's unlikely, but it's possible. The series wrapped 25 years ago, and we've got a rather elderly Captain Picard now. So I don't know. It could be entertaining. This reminds me of when I was recently asked if I could still eat a whole roll of cookie dough. It's possible I could do it. I'm a bit older and bigger now. It could be interesting to watch.
Sawyer, a four-year-old struggling with dyspraxia, fell in love with Guardians of the Galaxy when he and his father first saw it on screen. Dyspraxia is a condition that affects one's motor skills, including verbally forming speech. Most of his admiration was directed at one of the unlikeliest of characters, Groot. Spoiler alert, Groot doesn't say very much in Guardians of the Galaxy. However, Sawyer took after Groot, adding different inflections to his tone of pitch and speech. His dad writes he began to mimic him and would use the word "ba" a lot. But after he saw the film, he would change the tone in which he said it to convey a different meaning. He would also start saying Groot for many things as well. Adorable. I am Groot!
Legos, Legos, Legos. One can never have too many Legos. So why not be able to build grown-up Lego things with your grown-up self? Arnon Rosen envisioned the greater possibilities of giant-scale Legos and founded Everblock, a full-scale plastic brick company. Need a new chair? Build one. How about a new bookshelf? Everblock has got you covered. A new boyfriend? Just build one.
It was announced that possibly the world's oldest message in a bottle washed up to shore recently in a remote island north of Germany's coast, found by Marianne Winkler. From 1904 to 1906, George Parker Bitter of the Marine Biological Association of UK, or MBA, placed 1020 postcards addressed to the institution in the bottles and had them released into the North Sea. The cards offered a reward of $1 to anyone with information and send them back. The documents in the bottle have been at sea so long it's likely to break the current world record of 99 years. The MBA is waiting to confirm, as instructed by the note inside the bottle was smashed and documents returned. To the surprise of the MBA, you get mad when I take a few hours to text you back, Mom. Now it's time for our local events. Production, rolling. We have all heard the classic sci-fi.
It says Mara.
It says me.
It says Mara.
Oh. Okay, we have new technology, so we're experiencing a couple of technical difficulties. Please excuse us for these events.
Sorry. Just wait a quick second. Okay, here we go. I think we're about to get back on track.
All right. We have all heard the classic sci-fi movie set in the upcoming year 2026, but have we seen it? Surprisingly not. Well, here is your chance to see the 1926 Metropolis at the Alamo Drafthouse on September 16th. Science Friction is hosting the film at 7:30. It will be a truly unique experience.
That sounds like fun. Another very geeky event is being hosted at the Mile High Comics Megastore at September 19th at 6 p.m. This fabulous nerdy event is a benefit concert and mini-con called The Creators Beastiful of Doom, showcasing Denver talent in comics, film, and fashion, among others. The benefit is free, but a $5 or more donation would be greatly appreciated.
Sounds magical. Speaking of magic, the newest expansion pack of Magic the Gathering will be released next month, but pre-release is nigh. On both September 26th and 27th, pre-release tournaments will be held in various locations. Expect to spend about $30 for a 6-pack of cards, plus a special gift to join in the world's most popular trading card game.
Sounds like it'll be a lot of fun, but don't forget about all the lovely exhibits at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, either. The Power of Poison is still available until January 10th, so if you haven't stopped by to check it out yet, you still have a chance to learn the nasty secrets behind deadly concoctions.
In addition to these events, the Colorado Symphony Orchestra's Geek Series remains underway. This month, on September 26th, at the Bochetter Concert Hall, there will be a performance of Animaniacs Live, mixture of original scores for cartoon and Emmy Award-winning theme songs. Sounds like an awesome night to me.
Yes, it does. The Symphony always puts on a grand show, like their last show on August 5th, Video Games Live. Mara, you got to go. How was it?
Well, I have to say it was pretty amazing. Meeting up with Tommy Tallarico, who is actually a game composer, was really magical. And my dad was quite proud of me for it. He had this beaming smile on his face. And hearing classic video game songs and being able to sing Still Alive from Portal was definitely the highlight of my night.
Wow, that sounds pretty neat. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it.
I know, it would have been great to see you there.
So, what do we have up next?
Okay. All right, now let's break for commercial.
So this is where the throttle body would go. This is the intake. My name is Dariana Gonzalez and I'm taking the automotive service program here at Emily Griffith.
Not here too.
I actually started being interested in cars when I was around 15.
Saving didn't come.
I chose Emily Griffith because that's what I decided over the summer, that I wanted to work on cars, do something different from what everybody else was doing, Also, I was looking at other technical schools for automotive, but the thing is that they were too expensive, so that's why I chose to come over to Emily Griffith. I want this career to take me as an automotive tech to show other women that also it's not just a voice thing, that women are capable of doing whatever men can do. My favorite part is actually taking apart the engine. That was my favorite class. My dad, his radiator had a leak, and then he was gonna go take it to a mechanic to go get it fixed, and I was like, oh, well, Dad, we had done this in class, like, that was our first class that we took, and I was like, I can go ahead and take out the radiator, and I was like, I'll help you out, I know what to do. So I did it myself, and I saved my parents money. Yeah, I have a job. I have a job at Champ Automotive. I remember this one lady, she had asked if someone could put on a head bulb for her. So I start working, and while I'm putting in the bulb, I hear her little daughter in the back, not really screaming, but telling her mom, she's like, Mommy, you see, a girl's working on our car. And then her mom just comes over to me ecstatic, and she's like, oh, we're just teaching our daughter that whatever a man can do, girls can do. She's like, oh, you're a good example about that. Made me feel really proud. I think Emily Griffith is great. They gave me the opportunity to learn. They gave me a scholarship. They gave me an instructor that helps me. When I have any questions, he'll answer it, or if that way I still don't understand, he'll go ahead and explain it. And then I also have peers that help me a lot, and they support me through what I do.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us. Luckily, the rest of our show is going to be without teleprompters. As you can see, we weren't holding any papers in our hands and we're trying out some new technology. We're all done with that. We're going on to some new stuff. We're going to start off with a debate and discussion about dragons. So, Antonio, do you want to start us off?
Well, I think it goes without saying that when it comes to video game dragons versus movie dragons, video game dragons obviously win. I mean, why even talk about it? It's common sense.
Okay, I'm going to need some more facts than that. You can't just say, oh, it makes common sense. Like, okay, back yourself up.
The Pokemon Library of Dragons alone beats out all film dragons I can think of. Well, what we got? Sauron with his sexy voice? Yeah, well, we got Dragonite over here with an orange, like, turquoise color scheme. And being adorable.
Okay, but, like, it seems like every single video game dragon, like, you say he's adorable, but they're almost always villains. Whereas if you look at movie dragons, like, let's go to Shrek. We're going to start with Shrek.
All right.
You know the dragon from Shrek?
She's a sexy
she's
dragon,
like
yes.
sexy dragon, and she's like an awesome dragon. Like, she's a nice dragon, and she like is cool, and she actually ends up helping to save the day. And give me an example of a video game dragon who's like awesome and nice too.
Spyro the Dragon. PlayStation era, he's a great guy. He's also really small and adorable, again. And he's all about just saving the day from all the evil, evil reptiles that seek to destroy his dragon clan.
True. Okay, Mara, you're also representing these video game dragons, and I'm honestly feeling kind of overpowered here because it's like a 2-on-1, but I honestly think I can win, but I want to hear what you have to say about video game dragons.
Well, video game dragons I have a lot of experience with in Skyrim as not being the friendly, happy little dragons that you want to be a part of. Once again, you're sucking out their souls, in a sense, and they are not very fond of you.
See, that's what I'm saying. You've got these villainous dragons in video games, and like, isn't your ultimate goal almost every single time you come up against a dragon, except for like the two you've mentioned, isn't your goal to kill them?
Well, sure, but let's think about it this way. The old game of hunting really isn't celebrated too much these days, but when you're hunting a dragon, everyone's like, this is so awesome, there's nothing bad morally about this. So, what games are doing is they're bringing back a dead industry and rejuvenating it.
But see, is hunting an industry that we want to participate in?
You know how much money it makes for foreign countries? If they make like a hybrid dragon one day, they're going to be making the big bucks.
So just to confirm, you're promoting that we just, you know, institute some dragons in the real world so we can just fight them and hunt them and get money.
What else would we do with them?
I don't know, like be friends with them? I mean, like, and then let's talk about, like, for instance, how to train your dragon. Toothless. Can we all agree Toothless is pretty great?
Toothless is great, but what about Smaug?
Okay, I mean, so you've got some villainous dragons. I'll concede to that there are some villainous dragons in movies, like Smaug or Smaug, depending. That's a good debate there. Smaug, Smaug.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun 5 minutes.
Does sound like a fun 5 minutes. But, okay, so let's see. I say Smaug because I'm an American and I pronounce words like that. Smaug, Smaug. But what about you guys?
I would say Smaug, just
Yeah.
because it sounds more, you know,
I
provocative.
also say Smaug.
Okay, provocative, is that
Yes.
is that your choice? Like
Yes.
you'd rather be the provocative dragon over the, like, I don't know.
The
American?
down to earth hillbilly dragon, of course.
I am a down-to-earth hillbilly. That's, like, I'm supporting that with the movie dragons, because they're the cool dragons over the lame video game dragons.
Oh.
Aw.
But what about Rayquaza of Pokemon fame? He's like a Chinese dragon, and he's all green. And
cool.
Mega Rayquaza is so OP that he's banned from tournaments. That's the power of video game dragons. They're not even allowed in tournaments.
Okay, let's talk about dragons and tournaments then. You ready for this? Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now that's a pretty cool dragon if we're talking dragons and tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine fighting that dragon.
The
Is it green?
Hungarian horntail.
Yeah, bro.
Terrifying.
Is it green, though?
I don't
It's
know.
not.
Can it fly into space?
Sure.
No.
What do you mean, sure?
I don't
Yes
know.
or
We
no?
don't have any evidence that he can't fly into space.
Has Harry
he ever
Potter ever
tried?
dealt with space travel?
No, but that doesn't mean that it's not a thing.
I don't know. If it's never tried, I mean, you either go all in or you get off the pot. And if this dragon's never tried to get into space,
Can you go to space? Have you ever tried?
I've like jumped really high sometimes. I got really high though. I touched like the roof of my house. Never got to space though.
All right. So what dragons do you think could fly into space?
Mega Rayquaza.
And how?
He
They
just
fly
like
into
he just
space.
like slithers in the air.
That's not
they
like, an
magical?
explanation. Like a science deal, magic.
Well,
what's
see, here's the
dealio?
issue. Here's the issue. There's absolutely no science in the Pokemon world. But what there is there's Pokologic. And Pokologic says anything can go into space as long as it can fly.
I don't think that's how it
Seems
works.
legit.
No, I don't agree with that. Okay,
Yeah,
but you guys,
Poke
you've
problem?
only brought up 2 video games. I think I'm winning here. I've got 3 different dragons. You guys have only got 2 video games going on
All
here.
right.
So
Let's see. Let's see what we went with Pokemon. Oh, Bowser,
Bowser,
the Turtle Dragon King.
is he a dragon?
He's part
I
dragon.
think he
breathes
counts
fire.
as a dragon. He breathes fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then what's the definition of a dragon? Do
A
dragons
big
have to
lizard that breathes fire. That's
Yeah.
it. You got
I-
Chinese dragons without wings, so it's clearly not about wings.
Well, but I mean, let's say I brought up Toothless. Does he breathe fire? He like breathes like eminence, but it's not fire. So is he not a dragon?
It's close enough.
There's different types of dragons. There's the water and the flying, and there's all sorts of different types. So,
So
I
then
think
what makes Bowser a dragon?
The fire.
But-
We're
but if you
just
don't
over
have to-
this.
But if you don't have to breathe fire to be a dragon, how is breathing fire make someone a dragon?
All right.
maybe
See, the
he's a
physiology
specific
of his
type.
mouth is akin to that of a dragon. You'll also notice he has the horns, a staple for all dragons. Also, when he was born, he very likely had wings. They just had to be clipped off because the Mushroom Kingdom doesn't believe in wings.
So let's say you have a human
Yeah.
who like breathes fire and like has got horns surgically implemented into their head because there's people who do that and they like walk around wearing wings.
They are
Are
a
they
dragon.
by definition a dragon?
Yes.
Or are they a human who has horns, wings, and breathes fire?
I would say they're a dragon
They're a
so long
dragon.
as they're a reptilian human.
Okay, well, I don't know. Let's just agree to disagree. How's that sound?
I disagree to agree.
That's not how it works. But thank you anyway. I think we're wrapping up with our dragon discussion with the disagreement. I think I won, but you know what?
I know I won.
Gamers for the win. I think we won.
Whatever. Anyway, we're gonna roll a commercial, so commercial roll.
What's there to be afraid of?
I've never done this before.
I had no idea what it was going to be like.
I didn't even know how to turn on a computer.
Success requires facing your fears. I empower my students from day one.
We jumped right in, shooting.
I was excited from the start.
You have a camera in your hand more than a book.
And that's how you will learn, from start to finish, I don't waste your time.
It begins easy, then it gets harder and harder and harder.
I didn't think I could keep up, but then I got good.
I realized I can do this.
Confidence is the goal. I love it when they see their potential.
I see myself doing professional work.
This is something I really enjoy.
I can see a story in everyone.
I'm not teaching video production. I'm creating storytellers.
And we're back. Welcome back. The next thing that we've got up is going to be where on the virtual screen am I? So I'll be giving the clues today while Mara guesses. You ready, Mara?
As ready as I can be.
Before we start, I'm getting Mara eyes covered because we have to make sure she can't see where she is, because obviously we're going to be telling you, the viewer, where she is, and we don't want her to know.
I
Okay.
can't see.
Looks like Mara's ready. She can't see, right? We agree.
I can't see.
Okay. Ready for your clues?
I guess so.
Okay, the first clue that we've got going on today is this city has the second most glass-blowing studios in the world.
Oh,
Any thoughts?
no.
Okay. Let's try the next one. Do you have any guesses?
Glass
make a guess.
blowing? Somewhere in Europe?
Not. Be a little more specific. That's broad.
Sweden?
Pick a city.
Um,
Doesn't matter if it's wrong. Just pick a city.
Random cities. Okay, let's go Italy. Florence. Woo.
Okay, it's not Florence. Let's try the next clue.
Okay.
You can take a chocolate indulgence tour in this city. It includes 16 plus decadent chocolate tastings.
Chocolate. Chocolate. Belgium?
Still not a city.
I don't know places in Belgium, so this is difficult for me.
Try the next clue. This
Okay.
city is home to the second revolving restaurant in the world.
That's hardcore. Can I go here?
Possibly.
I have no idea. Like, I want to say it's somewhere in Belgium, but I'm probably wrong on a scale of 20,000 being wrong.
I'll give you a hint. It's not in Belgium.
Cheers.
Let's try the next one. It has some sister cities, and they are in Mombasa, Kenya, and Reykjavik, Iceland.
What?
Just make a guess.
I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's just try the next one. The city claims to have the world's first gas station that opened in 1907.
I like all these facts. I don't know where this place is at all, but I love these facts.
We'll try another one. It sells the most sunglasses per capita than the rest of its nation.
Sunglasses. Somewhere in Ecuador? I don't know.
It was the first city in its nation to put its police officers on bicycles. Still no idea? No idea?
No.
It boasts the longest running continuous farmers market in its nation.
I'm crying. I have no idea where this place
The
is.
streets of its downtown sit up to 22 feet above its original street levels due to a 1989 fire and subsequent 1889. Sorry, I really don't have a good time reading, do I? And it was an 1889 fire and subsequent rebuilding in the area.
If it makes you feel better, I don't have a good time guessing this place.
Okay, well, we've got one more clue, and if we don't get it, then...
I will epically fail.
Yeah. Okay, this last clue is that the city has the world's longest floating bridge. I promise you've heard of this city. You want to make a final guess before I tell you what it is? It's in the U.S. Give you that hint.
Oh, well, now I feel dumb. No idea, but let's find out.
It's a coastal city. Come on, just make a guess.
Um,
You may have even been there before.
San Francisco?
A little farther north.
Oh.
Give up?
Yes.
The correct answer was Seattle, Washington.
Ah, Seattle.
So if you want to demask,
Lamers.
we'll give you some more clue, or we'll give you some interesting nerdy tie-ins with Seattle and nerds.
I have
So
been there.
the
but
first
I
deal
haven't
that
been
we've
there.
got is that Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, was actually born and raised in Seattle, and subsequently the Microsoft headquarters are about 15 miles outside of the city in Redmond, Washington. Adam West, who played Batman in the 1966 television series, graduated from Lakeside School in Seattle. The Fremont District has a statue of a giant troll squashing a Volkswagen under the George Washington Memorial Bridge.
I love that.
The Fremont District also boasts the novelty shop, Archie McPhee's. And among other items, Archie McPhee's has loads of geeky novelties, including Shakespeare insult gun, Edgar Allan Poe Band-Aids, the Ultimate Geek Pen, and Anime Eyes luggage tags. And I personally want, like, all of those.
Same.
And in addition, Seattle has lots of different cons, including Emerald City Comic Con, PAX Prime, which is a gaming con, Sakura Con, which is Japanese pop culture, Geek Girl Con for all the geeky ladies like us here at NerdNet, Norwest Con, which is sci-fi and fantasy, Steam Con, which, as per the name, is steampunk, and BritCon for Legos, as we've talked about earlier.
Righteous.
In addition, an interesting fact is that the oatmeal creator, Matthew Inman, lives in Seattle. So if you like oatmeal, he's from Seattle. The EMP Museum was started by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, and the futuristic building, which is made up of shiny metal shingles and ribs, looks like it popped out of a science fiction film. And this museum also has a separate section for music, pop culture, and science fiction. It's located in Seattle. There's a wall completely covered in chewing gum at the Post Alley next to Pike Place Market in Seattle. And finally, the Space Needle was actually erected for the 1962 World's Fair. So, with that, we're going to be moving on to our next thing. We're actually going to just show you, we're going to, in a second, meet a local game designer who is actually another DPS student, just like ourselves. But before we bring him on, we're going to show you a quick preview of one of his upcoming games. So,
30 seconds to put the knife and be ready.
hello, Steven, and welcome to our set.
Hey, Bridget.
We're friends.
We go to
in
the
case
same
you didn't
school.
get that. We go to school together,
Yeah.
DPS. It's pretty rad. So,
Small
thank you
world.
for joining us. We've got a couple questions for you today, and then you can join
Got
us
a
in
couple
some
answers.
fun activities.
Hopefully.
All right. So, what is your nerd cred?
I don't do sports, therefore what else? I mean, I guess what separates me from a geek, I guess, is I have some knowledge to back it up. I don't, yep, that's,
So, what geeky things do you like?
video games, obviously. Doctor Who, big Whovian, Sherlock, pretty much anything from BBC. I love everything. Comic books, especially. Yeah, I guess that's the main three, I guess.
Awesome.
You're one of our people, Stevie. You achieved that. So, you're a game designer. So, my first question for you, my first question anyway, would be what game that you've developed are you most proud of?
I'd say Awkward Dimensions. It's a game I did a while back, and it's actually one of the first games I actually thought, hey, you know, I can do this as a career, as a thing for my whole life. Indie Static, I forgot what it was. It was a gaming website a while back. Did an article on my game, and I didn't even contact them or anything, so that was pretty cool just to see them, you know, stumble upon it and write something on it, which is really nice. I don't know, it's kind of inspiring to keep on continuing making games, not just as a hobby, but as a passion. So that was it's one of my favorite moments in my life.
Awesome. So, what was your inspiration behind Awkward Dimensions?
Awkward Dimensions, my dreams. I went to Scotland, and maybe it was just the fact that I was in a different bed, or you know, dealing with learning a lot of things and trying to process them while I'm sleeping. But had some interesting dreams, vivid dreams, because usually I don't remember any of them. But I remember them, and I figured might as well make a game with all of them in there and kind of have it like an interactive dream journal. And it actually turned out pretty good, and I'm proud of it.
Sounds pretty neat. So we've noticed that you like to put some pretty intense flashing lights into a lot of your games. Can you explain to us why that is?
I wouldn't say a lot. I think like 3 out of the 22 games I've ever done, actually 25-ish now, but 22 that I published, actually 2 out of 22. But yeah, so not many of all my games, but I guess Glitch Jam was the start of it. It was a game jam, I think, hosted by Game Jolt, and that's where I put my games. And it was Glitch Jam, make a game based on a glitch, and use it as a mechanic or art style. People thought it was just an excuse to give people with epilepsy seizures. Not really the whole intent. But I thought it was really fun just to work within that limitation, and I made a game for my friend Matisse called My Friend Matisse, and it was a little ode to him. And yeah, he doesn't go to our school anymore, but I miss him a lot. So, and you might see a follow-up game since his birthday was the other day. So,
cool. All right. So, have you ever considered working for a large company like, say, Bethesda, or would you like to start your own game company?
Bethesda, yeah. Oh my God, I would absolutely love to work for them anywhere, like Naughty Dog. If you're watching this right now, I would love to work for you. I really would. I really just take me. Yeah, I would love to work for anywhere. Really, I worked for Serenity Forge a little bit earlier this summer, and it was absolutely wonderful. And I work well in teams, and I also work well by myself, so I don't mind. Going indie would be fun, but it's a bit difficult, so maybe you want some security and payment and salary.
Cool. So I've noticed in looking at your games that you've got some similar aspects to Stanley's Parable in your game Getting Out. Did you perhaps draw some inspiration from that game into your own?
I guess the only similarity is it's like, first person and philosophical, but my game's a little bit different. It actually, you go play as a Roomba, like a little Roombot. Get a vacuum in my room, get a vacuum in my house and stuff, and then, you want to escape and you want to see the outdoors, but, thing about it is you won't be able to recharge, therefore you will die, and it's pretty sad, but I mean, it's just, it's a game that's kind of mumbled and jumbled with different games in it. I mean, it's like part platformer, part third-person Roomba adventure / first-person, I don't know, philosophical mind trick. I don't even know what it is, and that's the great part about it.
That's awesome.
Your game, Biophilia, really reflects on life. Would you say that you yourself have biophilia, like a love for outdoors and wilderness?
Yeah, I was actually a Boy Scout for a little while, but I really miss, going camping and, just spending time with close ones, whittling, just it's really relaxing. I really miss that a lot. I haven't gone camping for a while now, but I recently, I don't know, went camping with a friend of mine, Bryce and Quentin, and it was a really great time, and that's kind of what the game was about. And yeah, I'd say I love the outdoors. I can get out there, but yeah.
Cool. You mentioned earlier that you're getting some of your games out there. So what are some of the hardships that you faced in getting a game on the market in spite of the huge competition on hand right now at Steam?
Well, marketing in itself is its own beast. I've never really marketed any of my games. I just put them out online and see if anyone plays them. Maybe put it on Facebook, Twitter, Screenshot Saturdays, pretty much anywhere I can find to put it on Reddit. But this actual time I actually have to get 20,000 something votes, as I've read some places, and it goes up and down from percentages of how much I'm there and how much I'm not. So it's a real challenge, but hey, this is coverage right here, so it's good.
Cool.
So have you ever created an Easter egg?
Tons. I mean, it's really hard to say Easter egg because all my games are in a sense really personal, so they might just be references everywhere, and but yeah, I've had a bunch of them. Not really. I don't know if I should really tell you them, but I don't. That's the whole point, I guess, of Easter eggs. You're supposed to find them out, but.
Cool.
Yeah, just look through any of my games.
Well, thank you for telling us about your Easter eggs, and we're going to run to a commercial, but once we get back, we're going to show you and our viewers some of other cool Easter eggs out on the net. So, roll that, and we'll be back in a few.
For Alyssa White, painting was not her first job.
Went to the reserves, and I ended up going to Desert Storm.
Or even her second.
Then I ended up getting into the financial industry in real estate.
But she had good reason to change after the real estate market crashed several years ago.
Living through that and watching people lose so much and having that bubble burst made me really disenchanted with that industry because I saw so many people losing everything on a daily basis, and I didn't really want to be a part of that.
As a single mom, financing a new education would be hard, if not impossible. But a good friend told her,
Here is an opportunity through the WIN program, which is Work Initiative Now program. They're sending people to Emily Griffiths for the building trades, and they're pretty much paying the whole thing.
Alyssa jumped at the chance for a new career. And what did she think of the program?
It was an absolutely wonderful program. The instructors that Emily Griffiths has are truly artists, in my opinion. It was awesome what they know, what they taught, what they shared. I loved it. It was a 4-month program and got a job.
Right away, she was working.
Now I work at Hegum Lundquist Paint Company.
A family-run business that's been around for quite some time.
My dad started the company in 1949.
Ron Lundquist says at the time, not many women were in the painting business.
Very few. In the late 80s, early 90s, that there would be 1 or 2 that would come through.
Now, over 65 years later,
my name is Ruth Ann Lundquist-Zuger, and I'm the president of Hegum Lundquist.
Ruth Ann has strong feelings about women in the construction industry.
Painting is a great industry trade for women because of their skill set that they bring to the table, their organization, their attention to detail, and their cleanliness really helps on a painting job.
For Alyssa, she has found a new calling.
I really enjoy the work. I didn't think I would as much as I did because it is physically demanding. You come home dog tired at the end of the day, but when people ask at the end of the day, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm dog tired, but I'm good.
And what does she have to tell other women who might be interested in this field?
Oh, do it. Do it, do it, do it.
With the help of Emily Griffith, Alyssa now sees her future with a fresh new look.
Hello and welcome back. We're here on Nerd Necessities Network, as you know, and we're going to be showing you some cool internet Easter eggs. So the first one we've got is on a Netherlands shopping website, but it's got a cool Rube Goldberg machine. So I think we're going to transfer over to the screen, and you can see that when you hover over this cup here, it sets off a whole chain of events. Pretty rad, right?
It's pretty entertaining.
We're not exactly sure if you can actually buy these items. I'm pretty sure it's just for the sake of having a cool video, but honestly, I don't really care. I'm a big fan of Rube Goldberg machines myself. I just love how they incorporate all the different parts of the website. It's not just one specific thing. It's like every single different item that they're selling, and like even different things that aren't part of the items. Now, this is different from that first screen. We agree that that's different than as it started. It's cheating.
So next up we have Wistia. It's a professional video hosting service that provides I can't say that word.
Analytical?
Analytics.
Analytics.
And video marketing tools for companies. And apparently if you type in dance. Okay.
Oh,
they're dancing right there.
Oh, look at them dance. They're so beautiful.
That's awesome.
I enjoy the
There's
dog.
a dog. There's a dog.
I enjoy the dog. He's jamming.
The dog's it's really getting into it.
That is awesome.
So yeah.
I want to work for that company.
A Oculus Thrift on his face. It's pretty cool. Cardboard.
I would work for that company. Okay, well, that's enough of the dancing. Now, I'm sure that most of you guys have heard of the Konami code, and interestingly enough, a lot of websites do some kind of fun stuff when you type it in. So we're going to try it out here on the Dig website. So as I do the code, I will tell you what I'm doing. So you ready? Let's try it. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A.
Start? Oh, wait, there's no start key.
Enter.
Well, it's supposed to be doing something.
I think you missed the start key.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some tiles appearing. I don't know, it's not exactly... Oh, let's see if I can get sound. Should be getting some rad music
like a
here.
face.
some Rick Astley for all of you fans of... Oh, and it stopped. Let's try it again. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. No? Well, anyway, we were going to get some nice Rick rolling here on the Dig website. So.
I could provide it, Bridget.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now that we've got it working, we've got some nice Rick Astley coming up here. And if we scroll through the website, oh, there are his eyes, his body,
So
taking over the
beautiful.
website. He's never going to give us up, that's for sure. Okay.
Turn around.
Okay.
Hurt you.
Okay, Mara,
So
we've got it next.
I have BuzzFeed pulled up, and apparently if you type in this, something will happen.
What are you typing?
Welky?
Oh, the Konami code
it?
again?
Wilkie? Oh. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A. Oh, that's beautiful.
We're not exactly sure what Wilkie is, but it's...
I'm not entirely sure what that is, but as you can see, the whole website is filled with the term Wilkie, and this dude is doing whatever, living his life.
Gotta love BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed knows where it's at. So, look
Okay.
at all that Wilkie. So, up next, we've got some more fun with the Konami code, but it's going to be a little bit more interesting than the last two that we've shown you. So this one is actually on the British website for Vogue, and as we do the Konami code, down, down, left, right, B-A, we should get, no, supposed to
2
get
million
some classy
subscribers.
dinosaurs. Let's try this again. Oh, there we go. And here we
Look
go.
at all of them with their
Look at
beautiful
these rad
hats.
velociraptors with their bows and hats. Ooh, I think they're appearing.
Try sassy
Oh,
tops.
there we go.
Oh.
Look at these rad velociraptors. I wish
Wow.
I was as classy as these velociraptors and classy hats. As you can see, I'm a fan of hats. But look at all of these classy hats. I wish I had as classy hats as these classy
I like that
velociraptors.
one with the little rainbow hat.
I'm digging these like
Beautiful.
British velociraptors personally, like the ones with the
Hello,
classic British
governor.
hats.
God save the queen. Roar. Right.
All right. So now I'm up on SoundClick. It has truly found the way to my heart. And apparently if you type in the Konami code once again, let's see. Something will happen. Did I miss it? Lamers.
Come on!
Maybe you gotta make it sound tick. That was a bad pun.
That was amusing.
It's not liking me very much.
Okay.
Let's move
Well,
on.
We're gonna move on and okay. So
One
the
more.
last one that we're gonna get to today is some cool Google ones, and everyone's been on Google, so we'll just show you a couple of these cool ones. So the first one we've got is the bacon number, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's an idea that you can basically figure out how many degrees of separation there are between a person and Kevin Bacon. And in this case, Chris Pratt only has 2, and they just look through his different movies that he's worked on and how he's separated. So try any celebrity and you can figure out their bacon number. And we'll try, yeah. So anyway, that was it for our show. We're finishing up today. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Bridget.
And feel free to check out our Facebook and YouTube, and maybe you can try some of these other cool things at Nerd Necessities Network. So thank you and good night. I'm Bridget.
I'm Mara.
I'm